Welcome back to another episode of Figuring It Out. I'm Melody.
And I'm Mr. Money.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That one is a good one.
Okay, so last episode we talked about getting used to our first job or like getting into our first job. And this episode I want to talk about something slightly more different and technical. I want to talk about insurance.
Ooh, insurance.
Okay, yeah, I know it's a very big word, but at the same time, I'm just starting out. And the one thing that I'm hearing a lot these days is, you should buy insurance, you should buy insurance. And, well, I'm young, I'm healthy. Why should I buy insurance? We're just figuring it out.
Yeah. So is it like the moment you start working, then your friends, your family all start telling you, hey, you work already.
Yeah.
You should buy insurance.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Like, why? Out of nowhere.
Very often when people tell you this, right, is because they feel that you're still young and you're still healthy. So maybe now is the best time to buy because it's also cheaper to buy at a younger age.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, I don't understand how that works. Could you elaborate a bit more?
Okay. So first you need to understand what is insurance. So maybe I'll ask you back. What do you think insurance is?
Okay, from my understanding, I think insurance is just more of like a protection plan. If you get into any sort of injuries or accidents, insurance is there to essentially protect you. You pay them a certain amount of money. When you do need it, you just claim from them.
Yeah,
I think something like
that is the correct concept.
Oh, really?
But let me ask you this one thing. Why do you think insurance is even important?
I think it's because at the time where you do face these sorts of injuries or accidents, you don't have that cash that you can use immediately on hand. Insurance is kind of like the person that pays for you because you're consistently paying them, and then it just kind of racks up and then you pay for that. They pay for you. Is it something like that? I'm not really sure how it works.
That's very normal, right? Yeah, because as a young person, fresh grad, generally you're not taught what insurance is.
Yes.
Yeah. And so let me give you a very, very interesting perspective here, right? Do you think that you get to choose when you get sick, when you have an injury, or when you pass away?
No, I
Yeah.
wish I can choose.
Do you get to choose what kind of sickness you want to have? Like, for example, maybe you go to a hospital and after that, the doctor say, I'm so sorry, I saw something. Then suddenly now in front of you, there's a multiple choice and you can choose whether is it lung cancer, whether is it just a stomach ulcer, or whether is it just a bronchitis, or whether it's just a normal fever.
I would
Doesn't work
choose
like that,
normal
right?
fever.
But doesn't work like that, right?
No.
So there's this saying that goes where diseases choose you. Health is one of those things that you can take care of, but very often the condition that you're going to be in, it's not entirely within your control. Yeah. Have you ever woke up one day and say, today I'm going to get a fever?
No. If
right?
I could, I would say, today I don't want a fever.
Yeah. You won't like wake up one day and like, I think I'm going to get food poisoning later. Doesn't work like that, right?
That's crazy.
So, yeah, basically it's not within plan. Because it's not within plan, your finances also can't plan for it very often.
Oh.
Right? If let's say we remove insurance from the equation, every month you're earning say 3,500 ringgit, right? And suddenly what happened is that you walk out the street, you go and makan in a mamak store, and suddenly you get stomachache, food poisoning. It was so bad this time that you got admitted into hospital. But this month you are supposed to buy your brand new iPhone.
Well, then I cannot buy my iPhone already.
That's right. Or maybe you were planning for a trip.
I have to cancel the trip.
That's right. Yeah. So what you're trying to do is that this is what we call risk. You are trying to transfer this kind of risk in the financial format, which is the payment side. I mean, you still can't go for a trip, but at least someone pay for a medical bill. You want to transfer this risk to someone else.
So they manage the risk for you.
That's right. So
see.
the whole idea of insurance, the concept is very simple. You pay a fixed amount so that you transfer this financial risk to someone else.
Oh, and that someone else is insurance agencies.
That's right.
I see.
Yeah. Not agencies, but insurance company.
Oh, sorry.
So agencies are basically people who are selling you insurance. So let's talk about that later.
Okay.
Because it's going to be quite a lot to unpack in this episode if you want to dive deep into this topic.
Okay, understood.
Now, maybe let's go back to the question that you asked when we started this was, I'm young and healthy.
Yeah.
Why should I buy? And I told you that it is cheaper. You've probably heard of this before.
I think I've heard of this, but I don't understand why it's cheaper when I'm younger.
Okay,
Shouldn't it be like a base plan or something? Then you just pick which one.
that's kind of true, but you think about it. Do you think it's a higher chance for someone older to fall sick or someone who's younger to fall sick? Chances wise, probability.
Definitely the older one.
Definitely the older one, right? Let's say today, if you are the insurance company and an older person who comes to you who have a 60% chance of falling sick and a younger person come to you have a 30% chance of falling sick, who are you going to charge more?
The 60% one.
Why?
Well, they're more likely to be sick, so it means they're more likely to claim rather than the younger one.
That's right. So when you buy now at the younger age, it is cheaper.
I see. So when I get older, it will be more expensive.
Significantly, depending on the age group you are in. So the insurance price chart, right, doesn't move linear upward,
Oh,
It is like this.
like that.
Yes, it goes like this. Why? Because say 20 and 30 years old, is there a big difference in terms of our health condition? I'm in my 30s, you're in your 20s.
I don't think there's a huge difference unless if you're, let's say, you're 60, I'm 20.
That's right.
Ah.
That risk escalates up very fast.
That's crazy. That means the price also escalates.
That's right.
Now that we know that it's cheaper to purchase insurance at a younger age, I just want to know, is it important for us fresh grads to get insurance?
Very.
But let's say, what if our parents already bought it for us?
So that is a separate question, right?
Oh.
So why do we talk about this as it's very important, but it's a separate question in terms of your parents buy for you? Is firstly, if your parents bought insurance for you means you have insurance. Do you know how much insurance you have?
No.
That's right. So how do you know it's enough?
Recently, I only found out that I got car accident insurance. I only found out because I got into a car accident.
That's right. And sometimes when you found out like that, it's already too late. What if when you got into a car insurance that time, your insurance company tell you, oh, I'm so sorry, because the plan you buy, I can only pay out 100 ringgit.
Got
So-
such thing?
And what are you going to say to him? Oh, can I immediately top up now? Do you think they'll say yes or no?
Of course I say no.
Of course no lah. Where got people do this kind of business, right?
That's true.
Yeah. So how do you know whether your insurance is enough? Is to check it before you have an accident.
I see. Okay, so we have to ask our parents,
That's right.
or we have to ask our insurance agent what
That's
our
right.
current plan is.
So you have to check your policy to know what is your existing plan.
Okay, let's say I have no policy and I want to know what are the must-have policies as a fresh graduate. Like no matter how significant the amount, I die must pay.
I think these days, many young people probably already have an insurance from your parents. Some still do not have, but most of the people will have insurance that your parents bought for you, right? So when it comes to this, right, it comes down to individually, what do you need? No? Yeah. So remember we said insurance is all about risk, right? What are the risks that you are most afraid of at your current age? That's the question to ask.
Oh.
Now, so you probably are thinking, what kind of risk? What are you talking about,
Mine is
right?
definitely car accident.
Yeah. Okay. Number one, car accident.
Yeah.
Right? So car accident, you already got car insurance. Yeah, and car insurance is mandatory lah. So nothing much to talk about, right? So let's talk about the health level and as a personal level, right? And family and everything else. Okay. So let's start with the first thing. The first risk that every human will face that eventually will meet is to die.
Oh.
Yeah. So first question, what are the chances of someone at 20s passing away?
Very small chances.
Not very high, right? Not very
Yeah.
high. Not very high. Okay. Number two, let's think about this risk in terms of a financial manner. Financial manner. So if you die, is there anyone that's going to be financially affected?
No, because I'm not responsible for anyone but myself at this stage in my life.
So to put it this way, if something happened to you in terms of death, no one is really affected. You don't need money anyway after you pass away. So
That's true.
you don't really need money. Now, the only thing that will incur is funeral expenses lah.
There's funeral insurance.
No, but you can buy life insurance. So let's say what happened is that you estimate your funeral to be about 50,000. So you buy a life insurance that has 50,000 coverage. So in the event of passing away, at least you pay for your own funeral.
Understand.
Yeah. But again, is that a number one priority and very urgent?
No, not really.
Really lah. So in this case here, minimal, just pay for your own funeral lah. Or either usually before people pass away, they are in the hospital for 1-2 days lah. or depending on how long you're in.
Oh, so
right?
that 1-2 days.
Yeah,
will
so
be
you just
covered.
estimate for this kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean 10K, 20K, 30K, whatever lah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but minimal, I would say usually 50K. Why? Pay for the funeral lah.
Be responsible for our own
Yes,
death.
be
Okay.
responsible for your own life. At least pay for your own funeral. That's how I
Understand.
will see it.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Now, on the other hand, you can also explore this further by asking yourself this question: do you want to at least reward your parents a bit if anything happened?
Also, like let's say if I die, they get the insurance payout.
That's right. So
Oh.
some people will have this thought that, hey, my mother or my sister or whoever has been taking care of me for so long, I wish I can take them for a Europe trip, right?
Wow.
I estimate the cost to be, say, 30K. So maybe if I pass away, at least this 30K payout
They
for
can
you all
still
to go for your
Europe.
holiday lah. So at least I fulfill that wishes upon my death.
Wow, that's a very extreme way of thinking. But at the same time, I kind of understand where you're going.
Right? It's practical, right?
Yes, it is.
It's practical, right? Because you died, how to earn money and take them.
That's true. Well, at least they have my insurance payout.
Yeah, at least
Okay.
you can write there and say, hey, I wish that you can go for this holiday. Maybe this time take sister with you. Yeah, that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, this is a bit morbid lah by now. Okay. So,
But it makes sense.
yeah, get it right. So that's usually the first risk. Then there's the second type of risk, which is falling sick. And this time we talk about serious sickness.
Like critical illnesses.
That's right.
Oh.
Yeah. So let's say we talk about things like cancer, we talk about things like quite extreme kind of stuff like stroke, what are the chances that you think this will happen to someone in their 20s?
It's low, but it can happen.
Now suddenly the risk is higher than
Yes, higher than
death,
death.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. So when you walk into a hospital, do you also see young people falling
Of
sick?
course, there's children NICU ward.
I bet you have also heard some of your friends like in their 20s diagnosed with breast cancer or some sort of uterus kind of thing. It's quite common among female tumor.
Yeah,
That's quite common.
It
Right?
is quite. I haven't heard from my own friends. Thank God, touch wood. But I have heard stories.
Yeah, from friend,
Yeah.
cousin, that kind of thing, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, that kind of thing could happen. Now, what is the financial risk of that?
Let's say I cannot work anymore. The person that is responsible would most likely be my parents.
That's right. So, let's say, for example, like what you say, suddenly diagnosed with something, then doctor say, hey, darling, I think you should rest for half a year. Yeah, at least half a year. Don't stress yourself. Now, your parents are going to be like, yes, please rest. Then you're like, yeah, but I also need to eat.
Yeah.
Then they're
gonna
like,
pay?
oh, I need to take care of you for another half a year.
Oh,
Right? So now someone is affected.
I see.
Then you want to take care of that. Now suddenly this become important enough. So if you lose the ability to work, how much of a buffer you want to have? How many months do you want to be able to take care of yourself?
Ideally, for as long as I can.
Yeah, ideally for as long as you can. So
Yeah.
that's ideal, but again,
Realistically, I think I can only
realistically,
do it.
resources are always limited.
Yeah.
So why not, let's say, we plan for at least 1 year, minimally. Minimally, I cannot work for 1 year.
Wow.
Yeah.
The cost is going to be high.
So you think about it. Let's say if your salary is about, say, 3,500 to 4,000, you prepare about 50,000. Yeah. So now there's a die amount. Lor.
I see. So, is this where insurance comes in?
Yeah,
Like
so
where I buy a plan for them to reimburse.
That's right. So what you do is that you identify what are the risks that you want to transfer. Then you know the number.
Because I don't have that kind of liquid money.
Okay. So now you think about it. Remember you said that you already had a plan when you were young?
Yes, I do.
Go back and figure out how much is that. And now you have your number. Let's say your number is 50,000. If that was 20,000, then you only need to buy extra 30,000.
I see.
Yeah. But if let's say your parents bought for you 100,000, do you need to top up? Do you need another new insurance? You don't need.
Oh,
Because your number is 50.
that's true. But
Yeah.
what if, wouldn't it be better to just top up anyways?
That is another subject altogether because your question was, what's the minimum? So then you ask yourself, what's the minimum? right?
I see.
Yeah. So some people would say be prepared for at least 3 years. So that would be 150,000. So
Wow.
depending on yourself. Right.
So it's all very subjective according to what our needs are.
That's right. So
see.
actually what happened is that you just need to run through a series of questions to actually understand how much do you really need? How much do you want to take care of? Now think about it. This will be different at different life stage. Let's say today you're married. Okay? And you have kids. Now, will the number be different if you can't work for 1 year?
So different because I have more than one mouth to feed.
That's right. So it all comes down to life stage.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, but you mentioned just now that there's a series of questions that we should ask ourselves before determining what kind of plan and how much that we should go for. Do you have a set list of questions that you would ask yourself? And if so, what are they?
So those questions that I asked you just now were exactly those questions.
Wow.
Yeah. What is the risk that I want to transfer? How much is the financial risk I want to transfer? Yeah. So for example, I ask you, okay, is death a concern? Right? How much of it is a concern? I only want to prepare up to funeral, then that's the financial risk I want to transfer. But if let's say in my case I have kids and everything, I want to make sure that they can go to school, all the way up to uni. Let's say my number is 1 million. Then I want to make sure I buy 1 million. Yeah. So you always set the target first. And then I ask myself the next risk is if I'm critically ill. Then the third risk is accidents. Yeah. The fourth risk is medical. Right? Now, then I ask myself, out of these 4 things, which is my number 1 priority? So generally there are 4 things, right? Like we talked about death, critical illness, accident, and medical. Okay. For you, which one is your number 1 priority at this age?
Accidents. Shouldn't it be that?
What are the odds of you having an accident versus what are the odds of you having a food poisoning needing to go into hospital?
Oh, I'll say they're very close.
They're very close, right?
Because I'm very bad at driving.
Yeah. So let me tell you, you have to understand this thing about accident policies first. Huh? A lot of people don't understand this thing about accident policy.
Oh.
If you get into an accident, let's say car accident, right? You sprain your neck. What do you expect the accident policy to cover for?
The car and my neck?
Okay. The car will be a car insurance.
Oh.
So it only covers for the car. It doesn't cover for you. Sometimes they may attach a PA, which is the accident plan. Now, then when you say cover for your neck, what kind of thing do they cover for your neck?
Yeah.
Is it treatment?
I mean, shouldn't it be the whole thing?
Nope. Usually in a PA policy, it is more focused on paying you in the event if you lose the function or you lose the ability to work.
What?
So if you go into a clinic, you can claim, if it's due to accident, you can probably claim up to 2K. That's about it. Yeah, depending on policy, but it's not a high amount.
Oh.
It's a small amount. Yeah. So now let's say it's a very big accident. You need to do all sorts of surgery.
I can't claim this.
If you only have accident, you can claim up to 2K only.
That's crazy.
Yeah. You thought you're covering for accident. Okay. So actually what you need to cover is medical treatments.
Oh.
That's where medical card comes in.
They're 2 different things?
Yes.
What? Why are they trying to scam us?
A lot of people thought that accident is medical treatment.
Oh.
Accident is not medical treatment. Medical treatment is medical treatment.
So medical card is a physical card that you have to have, is it?
Nowadays no card already lah. Nowadays it's just app. Yeah.
Okay.
But having said that, so now let's look back again. Death, critical illness, accident, and medical. Which is your number 1 priority? Medical, right? Yeah. So you rank your number 1 priority as medical. What's your second priority? Again, death, critical illness, accident.
Critical?
Critical.
Ah.
Yeah. Then next one will be accident and
then
death.
death.
Right? So accident usually very cheap one.
Oh.
Yeah. So that is how I will rank it also if I'm at your age.
I see.
And
Okay.
even until today, I rank it the same.
Recently, I saw one of your videos and it states that insurance prices has been rising. And us being fresh grads, we are known to not have too much money. I just want to know, is the current insurance prices considered affordable enough for fresh grads to purchase?
I have to say that it depends on the company and the kind of product. In the market, there are affordable products. There are also products that are more expensive. So naturally, many of us, when we buy insurance, we go through an agent. Then when you go through an agent, usually those products will be a little bit more costly. Yeah, they are the direct to insurance company product. Those are slightly cheaper.
Wait, what is that?
Okay. So for example, when you buy insurance, how do you buy it? Generally, you go through an agent.
Yeah, my mom will call her friend. And then that friend will bring an iPad.
That's right. So why do you think the friend will come? Because she can earn money lah. There's commission. No one will work for free,
That's
true.
true.
And it's fair. It's fair. Yeah, you don't expect you send your car to service and then you say,
That's true.
I don't
That's
pay,
true.
right? Yeah. So you work for me also, I need to pay you, So standard. Everyone needs to take a pay, right? So those products depend on what they offer. It will include commission. Therefore, sometimes it could be a bit more costly lah.
I see.
Now, the cheapest product you can find in the market generally is you buy directly from insurance company. Because there's no human servicing you. No one come to your house with the iPad. Yeah, it's just you click, buy online.
Wait, how does that work? Because all this while, I've only heard of you contact insurance agent, you set a time, y'all meet up, they explain the plan, you decide based on their explanation, buy, done deal, sao gong, go home. How can I just directly buy from the insurance agency? Because some of us don't really have that kind of time to spend a couple hours on just meeting up with the insurance agent and deciding on a plan. What if I already done my own research prior and I just want to make a quick payment?
Yep. So just like what you said earlier, some people actually prefer buy online, and actually there are ways that you can buy online. In fact, Bank Negara ensure that every single insurance company have a direct product that you can buy.
Wow.
Why? So that it's more affordable. However, there is a difference between the product that an agent can offer you versus the product that you can buy online.
Wait, why?
Okay.
Shouldn't it be the same?
So usually they try to make it a little bit different so that it doesn't kill the agent.
I see. They still need to make a living.
Yeah, because if let's say today I were to tell you, right, you can buy the exact same thing at 30% discount online versus an agent coming up to you.
Then I will just buy online.
That's right. Then agent tak boleh cari makan tu.
That's true.
Yeah. Now, there's also another challenge is this, right? Insurance product can be a bit more complicated. I mean, the whole reason we're having this conversation is because the product itself is complicated.
Yes.
Yeah. So, having an agent sitting down here or financial planner sitting down here explaining to you, it's easier. But if you were to read it online,
it might get confusing.
yes.
Okay.
So are you able to do that? So some people are able to, some people are not able to. Yeah, definitely I would say that if you finish this video, likely you're more able to lah. Right?
Hopefully.
So Melody, maybe I'll ask you this question, right? Would you prefer to buy an insurance product via an agent or buy directly online?
Honestly, I would prefer online because I don't like to go out and I don't want to meet new people. I already spend my Monday to Friday working and I don't want to spend my Saturday, Sunday meeting random people just discussing things that I don't want to hear. So I would prefer maybe watching like a couple YouTube videos like this one, for example. And once I kind of figure out what I need and want, then I'll just buy directly.
Okay, that's nice. Now, why not, audience that are watching this right now, you can leave your comment down below and tell us, would you rather buy a cheaper insurance product online directly or meeting an agent? What are your thoughts? Share with us. By the way, if you love stories about money, whether it's about people getting scammed, people build a lot of wealth overnight, or strike a lottery, or even build career and end of day becoming millionaire, all sorts of stuff, you can check out Malaysia Money Stories, where our users send in their own personal stories about money. And sometimes it can get really, really juicy. And if you have a juicy story yourself, do send it over. Check out Malaysia Money Stories on Instagram.
What would you classify as a good plan and a bad plan for fresh graduates?
Oh, okay. This is a very touchy topic.
Oh,
Yeah, why is it so? Whenever you say that there's a bad plan, right? And then if let's say certain insurance agent pick it up and they sold it to their consumer before, they'll complain like crazy.
Oh.
Yeah, let me give you a story.
Okay.
There was once,
Explain.
there's this influencer who claims that there's a certain kind of plan is not very good. And he suggested that if you have those kind of plan, you should, just consider it, no more, just cancel it.
Wow.
his page got taken down after 2 days
How?
because people complain. So many complaints.
Insurance agents complain?
We
or?
do not know. We do not know.
Oh my God.
Okay, anyway. So I'm going to tackle this in a more careful manner.
Okay. Let's hope we don't offend anyone.
Yeah, so we don't offend anyone. Okay?
It's just me being curious, okay?
So this is what I think. Now, there's no such thing as good or bad plan in my opinion. Yeah, it all comes down to whether did you buy the right plan.
For example, I purchase life or death plan, but I get critical illness and I want to claim life or death. Then that's wrong.
Correct. So for example, if you thought that, like just now in the case when you talk about accident, you thought that in the event of accident, you broke your leg, you go into hospital, everything is taken care of because you have a personal accident plan. No. Then you bought the wrong plan.
So it's only bad if I buy the wrong plan.
That's right. Yeah, so it's
Okay.
very important to know what you're buying and what is it being covered.
I know there are multiple different insurance companies out there. Why are there so many different ones, and why do each of them offer so many different products?
Yeah,
Why can't it just be one?
I agree. I think here's where it gets confusing sometimes, right? Because let's say if you want critical illness plan, but there are so many different type of critical illness plan.
Yeah.
Then you get a little bit confused, like, so which is the right critical illness plan,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So honestly, here it comes down to because insurance companies also need to market their product more creatively. So very often they come out with more and more complicated product.
But aren't they all just the same ish? Like they serve the same purpose.
So what you need to look for is keywords.
Oh.
The
What do you
keyword
mean?
is what are you covering under that. So for example, there are certain plans will tell you that, okay, let's say in the event if you buy a house, or like you get a pay raise, we give you a bonus. So that's the plan feature like that.
Oh.
Yeah. So then, what you
So
need is
it'll
critical
attract me a
illness,
little bit more.
but there's some extra things.
I see.
Then you need to ask yourself, like, does it really matter?
Oh.
Because don't forget, everything comes with a price.
Like for example, if I see company A's critical illness plan is very pretty, like I really like that plan, okay, and I see companies B accident plan and I really like that one, can I buy different plans from different companies, or do I have to buy all under one company?
Okay, you can buy different plans from different company. So remember earlier we talked about all the different kind of plans. We talked about death, critical illness, accident, and medical.
Yeah.
Okay. All these 4 type of plan, you can divide it into 2 categories. First category is the category that pays you cash in the event of that risk happens. What it means is, let's say death, critical illness, accident. How it pays out is, in the event if you're diagnosed with critical illness, I pay you a lump sum cash. In the event of death happen, I pay you a lump sum cash, or to your beneficiary. So it's cash at hand. You can take the money, go casino. You can take the money, pay for medical bill. You can take the money to go for holiday, or just pay for daily expenses. It's all your choice. Now, then there is the other one where it's called a indemnity or reimbursement. Okay, indemnity is a technical word. Basically, it means I restore you to your previous financial state before an incident happened.
Oh.
What does it mean? If today I need to go and do a cancer surgery, right? It cost me 50,000. A medical plan, which is an indemnity plan, will pay for that 50,000. So my financial condition
Remains the
before
same.
and after remains the same. It doesn't
Oh.
affect me financially.
I see.
But it doesn't give me cash.
I see.
The goal is just to restore my financial position.
Oh, so it pays directly to the
That's
hospital.
right. So it will pay directly to hospital, or there are some plans where you pay first, you claim back. But you can only claim up to the bill. So the cash plan that we talked about just now, you buy from 10 companies. Let's say you buy 10 life insurance plan, pass away, all 10 will pay.
Wow. You can buy 10,
Yeah.
but you only have one life.
Yeah. Because we're insuring for the same thing.
Oh.
And every dollar you pay for is you pay for the dollar.
Oh.
Yeah. So you buy, let's say, 100,000 from company A, you buy 1 million from company B. Both need to pay because the incident is the same. And the cash depends on how much you want to buy. It is not about restoring you. It is about getting rich if that happens.
I see.
That is why there are a lot of fraud cases where they buy insurance for someone and they murder them.
Oh my
Or
God.
either the person buy insurance for himself and then they suicide.
I've seen so many of these stories.
Yes.
And then they're identified as insurance fraud.
That's right. Yeah. So this is what we call insurance fraud.
Oh, no wonder there's investigators for such
Yeah.
thing.
Apparently, there's stories that if you certain loan sharks, if you borrow money from them, they will ask you to buy a PA. It happened before,
What's a PA?
personal accident plan,
Uh-huh.
and then they recreate an accident for you to claim that money so you can pay them back. Happens.
That's crazy.
Yeah, happens. Yeah.
That's so smart, but don't
Yes.
follow what they did.
Now, the next one is the indemnity, like medical, right? Yeah. Medical is to restore you to previous state. So if your medical receipt is 50,000, how much can you claim?
Then it'll just be 50,000 only lah.
That's right. 10 company add together, also 50,000 only.
Oh, because it's capped at the bill.
Correct. It's capped at the bill. Do you want to know why you cannot claim the same receipt under 10 company? Because you think about it, right? If you claim under 3 company, you go in hospital one time, 50,000. Now you got 150K.
Yeah,
True or not?
correct.
Yeah. Do you know why it's not allowed?
Why?
Okay.
That's
My
also
suspicion
insurance
lah.
fraud.
Is this. What if you go and buy from 3 company, every week you just go in the hospital one time, you can actually live on it already.
Oh,
You don't need work.
That's true. But how can they check?
Yeah. So you don't need work. It's non-productive.
How do they know that I claim from other companies already?
So there's a central claim system one.
Oh.
Yeah. They know that you have already claimed it. And that's why every time when you claim, you use an original receipt.
I see.
Yes.
Now I
Yeah.
know. So
There's
only
still some
for
loopholes sometimes.
okay.
And sometimes people play with those loopholes. But these days, it closes a lot already lah. It closed a lot already.
So only for medical, it's better to just stick with one, and then the rest, if I want to buy from multiple different, or like if I want to buy multiple different life insurances, also can.
Okay, here's where the story is. For medical, it's not about sticking to one. You can buy from 2 companies, but because you can only claim up to the bill,
Yeah.
so this is what's going to happen. Let's say if your earlier plan was, let's say your mother bought your plan when you're young, it covered up to 100,000. But today you feel that 100,000 is not enough a year. You want to hit 1 million ringgit a year. You can go and buy another medical plan that can cover you up to 1 million.
Oh.
So then your first 100,000 you claim from the company number 1. Second 900,000 you claim from your company number 2.
Oh. I see.
But it's usually a bit more troublesome. Yeah, is because they will have to check against each other what are the items you have paid so that I don't replicate the payment.
I see.
So the process will be longer.
So they need to work together.
Yes. Therefore, when you buy under one same company, it is more convenient.
I see. So it doesn't take that long for the claim process to go through.
That's right. So in that sense, it is better.
Okay.
But that's also because we are not efficient with our systems. If our systems are very efficient, then
It'll be a lot faster.
it'll be a lot faster.
Okay. Speaking of claims, one thing I want to know is what is the claim procedure like? Like, for example, if in any case where it does happen, where I have to claim, is the first person that I'm supposed to go to is the agent? Or do I just directly tell the hospital and they'll do it for me?
This is the best part. This is the myth-busting part. I love it.
Oh.
Yeah. So I come from an insurance agent background. I can tell you this, right? If in the event you fall sick, you want to go to a hospital, you call me, no use one.
What? Why?
You call insurance agent, no use one.
Well, I buy from you, so I assume if anything, you will help me.
Okay.
No?
The only thing I can provide you is comfort. And somehow, yes, people, because when you buy from me, you call me, you feel good. You thought that I'm doing something. But actually what happens is that when you go to hospital, you just show them your policy number. They will contact the insurance company directly, and there's a special department that lies with them directly.
Oh.
Yes. And guess what? I, as an agent, I actually cannot really interfere. Yeah, I can call, I can say, can you make it faster and everything, but that's as much as I can do.
What do you mean you cannot interfere?
Okay. I am not supposed to interfere with the claim process
Oh.
because that's not my job.
Your job is to sell.
Within my contract, my job is to sell, is to represent. Claims is under claim. In fact, most people do not know where the claims department are placed at.
Wow.
Yes.
Including agents themselves.
No, you're not supposed to know because agents will walk up and then go and make noise.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
So you're gonna bring bias into the thing.
I see.
Now, so you think about it. If I'm your friend,
Mm-hmm.
will I help you?
Yeah, of course.
Correct.
Oh.
Then this is gonna skew the whole thing. So usually, most of the time, agents are never ever involved. In fact, what happened is this. When you go to the hospital, when what we call a guarantee letter is issued, the agent will be informed. But when I'm informed, the hospital is also informed already.
So there's no need for me to call the agent at all.
I will come to buy you some fruits and tell you that, hey, don't worry, I'm going to take care of you.
That's all?
I can make some calls to say, hey, can you all be faster like that?
So there's really
You can
no
call
need.
yourself also one. It's the same line.
There's really no need for me to call the agent at all.
There is in the sense where this is where certain agents are also very smart. No?
Uh.
They will know what kind of thing can claim and cannot claim.
Oh, what do you
Because
mean?
I've experienced. Ma. So I know if you tell the doctor what then can claim, what cannot claim. So, but this is actually where it becomes unethical.
What do you mean?
Okay, for example, you want to claim for certain things.
Mm-hmm.
So I will tell you, if you tell doctor like that, cannot claim. But if you tell doctor the other way, then can claim.
That's helping us, but at the same time, it's
not ethical.
Yeah.
But at the same time also, it's very hard to pass. Because why? Doctor diagnose you, you think so easy to con me?
That's true.
So here's where, very often doctors also very smart. They know if you have insurance, you're more likely to go through with the treatment.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have, you're not likely. But you have to go through with the treatment.
Mm-hmm.
So doctor will very often also try to help you to get the claim.
Oh.
Yeah. But this is how the claims increase significantly and they have to increase your premium later.
Oh, so I have to pay more.
Yeah,
after.
correct. Because you're not claiming for things that is within the thing contract. And that's why when they plan the product, right? When an insurance company plan for a product, it's very specific one. I'm only going to pay for A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Mm-hmm. So this is my risk. This is how much I need to cover for this thing. Now, you need to be very honest. If you and the hospital decided like, okay, we are going to tweak it a little bit to make sure I can do this claim. One of the very popular one is there are a lot of people who go and do medical checkups because the laboratory testings are very expensive. Let's say 3,000 ringgit.
Wow.
Yeah, let's say for the whole full health checkup is 3,000 ringgit. You're not sick, you just want to do a checkup.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you just want a checkup.
I can't even do anything for the whole month after checkup.
So, last time, there are stories where the doctor pack up with you, say that you're not well, so we need to do those checkup.
Oh.
Then now we claim for it.
So, then how do the insurance agencies find out?
So insurance agency is agents.
Oh.
Insurance company is
insurance company find out that we're committing fraud-ish.
They can't really find out because the doctor say it.
Oh.
Yeah. So if the doctor help you, sometimes they will investigate the doctor. So what they'll do is that they'll question the doctor. So this is where the unnecessary problem comes in, right? Some doctors are honest, some doctors are not, right? When there are doctors who are not honest, they naturally become stricter. When they're stricter, they will question more. Then doctors who are honest, how do they know whether you're honest or not? They'll just question everyone.
That's
so
true.
Doctors who are honest get annoyed.
Oh.
Then now your insurance claim get delayed.
Wow.
Now when your insurance claim get delayed, who you score?
Agent.
You score insurance company and the agent again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's also kind of our fault.
Yeah. It all adds up together. It's an ecosystem issue.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's better to be honest.
That's right.
So after your elaboration, I just want to know, is that all that the agent is contributing or is there more?
Okay, so what are the most significant contribution of an agent? Let me just share with you. Aside from emotional support and explanation, right? It is before when you buy the product, they help you to explain the product and match you with the right product. This is one of the biggest value.
I see.
Right? So because they understand the product, I know what you need, I match you with the right product.
So it won't be like what I did just now. I thought accident and medical is the same.
That's right.
Okay.
A good agent or good financial planner does that.
I see.
Okay? Now, a good agent, if it's ethical, also shouldn't interfere with the whole claim process. The bonus part is whether are they very caring and make you feel, you care for me. Yeah, those are all caring. They come and buy you things, visit you, make you feel good. Yeah, these are all friendship stuff. Okay. Now, then post-claim, which means after you got discharged, you will have those follow-up treatments where you have little bit of those bills. So let's say you go and see the doctor again, the next round follow-up is 200 ringgit. There's the receipt, right? Yeah. So very often, agent provide this value-added service by collecting the receipt from you, collecting the medical report from the hospital, and process that, and then pass it to the insurance company.
Oh, what's that for?
Because you're lazy to walk up yourself. But if let's say, it's the same thing if you go to the hospital, you straight away go and apply for the report, you go and collect the report, you take the receipt, you go to the insurance company, you pass it over at the customer service counter, you do yourself.
Well, so much better that they're helping me because I'm already sick and I just got discharged.
Yeah.
It's great that someone's helping me.
So for that, you also pay for the service in that sense. But is it their responsibility? No, it's a value-added service.
Wow.
It's they themselves choose to do it or not.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, it's not within the contract. So it comes together with the commission that they receive.
It's all about business.
Yeah. These days, however, a lot of insurance company make it in this way where they don't even need to go and collect report. You can do everything online via an app. Just snap a picture of the receipt and send in. All these.
Wow.
So when that is replaced, then their job is to visit you again.
To make
and say hi.
Make sure I feel better.
Yeah.
I see.
So there's a lot of emotional support. The professional advice is one. The other side, a big part of it, I'll be honest, is emotional support.
Wow. So I'm paying for a friend, an advisor, a financial planner.
Okay, don't cancel me, okay, insurance agent. Yeah, financial planner, don't cancel me. Yeah, but a big part of it is that definitely it all comes down to whether are they knowledgeable, and then do they teach you new things, and so on. A financial planner, on the other hand, who's qualified, generally will be able to give you financial advice. Yeah, and that's another level of service. Insurance agent, although many of them can be very experienced, but they are not allowed or not qualified, at least based on paper, to give you advice. Yeah. So all these are two different things later.
I see.
Yeah. So there's a huge difference between a financial planner and an agent. Which a lot of people do not know.
Wait, just now all this while you've been mentioning about financial planner and agent, I always thought they was the same thing.
Nope.
You were just saying.
Yeah. So give you a picture. An agent is someone who represents the insurance company to meet you and to serve you.
Okay.
So who's my boss?
The insurance company.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I'm just a part of an agency, which is a sales force of an insurance company. Like the customer service that come and find you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much about it.
Okay.
Now, I'm qualified and I am licensed to explain my company's product to you.
So you're kind of like a physical customer service.
That's right.
Okay.
Now, so let's say if I represent company A, I'm only qualified to explain to you company A product.
Oh.
If you show me company B product, based on my experience, I can, but actually I shouldn't be. Ethically, I shouldn't be.
Because this is not within my job scope.
This is not within my job scope.
Okay.
I'm not qualified to do it. I'm not regulated to do it also.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see.
Okay. Now, and my job is supposed to match you to my company's product. That's pretty much about it.
Okay. So how does it differ from a financial planner?
Financial planner represents you to get a product from the different company.
So they can buy from multiple different companies.
Yes. And who's their boss? They represent you.
Me. Oh.
So here's where the difference is. A financial planner, you employ them to advise you to get the best product in the market. So what their job is to advise you based on your needs, not just matching product.
Does that mean I still need an agent after this, or a financial planner is sufficient?
Here is where a financial planner comes together with a license which allows them to represent multiple insurance company.
Oh.
So when they come to you, they will find out with those questions that I asked earlier. Okay. They also have a qualification. Usually it's a RFP, which is Registered Financial Planner, or a CFP, certified financial planner.
So they need to take like exams.
Yes, they need to take another level of exam.
I see.
And then they will need to be registered and licensed by a planning firm. Okay. Then when they recommend you a product, they need to give you 3 or 4 insurance company product to compare before you choose. So if I'm a planner, I cannot come to you. Technically, I shouldn't come to you and say, hey, Melody, you need 5 million, right? Yeah, okay. Company A lah, buy this product. Usually it will be company A product is like that, company B is like that, company C is like that. I believe that. So I'm supposed to inform you all the difference and I can recommend you the right product and say company A is better. Because after comparing, A is better, like that. But what do you think?
So would a financial planner be more costly than an agent?
Okay, so this depends. Because usually there are 2 kinds of financial planner. One is what we call a fiduciary, which means you pay them a fee to employ them for your service. So let's say you pay them, say, 3,000 ringgit a year. Now, usually in overseas, they will not take a commission from product from now onwards. Means if I sell you the insurance plan, the commission is, so an insurance plan commission goes up to 150 all the way up to 200% like that lah, depending on what product. So what does it mean? Is that let's say you pay 1,000 ringgit a year for insurance, right? My commission in total over the next 5 years adds up to 1,500 ringgit. Yeah.
So it's like you take throughout a few years.
Throughout a few years. Why? Because if you pay for 10 years, you pay 10K. So I take 1,500.
I see.
Yeah. Or either 2,000 up depending on the product.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, a fiduciary financial planner will then take this amount and give it back to you.
Why?
Because if I take money from product, I'm biased. Because now I'll recommend based on which one give me higher commission.
I see.
Since you already pay me 3K, I return you the commission.
Wouldn't it be better to get a financial planner in this case?
But unfortunately in Malaysia, there are not many fiduciary. So far, I haven't heard of. If you have heard of one, please tell me. Most of the time, they will charge you a fee. They also take commission. Yeah. So what they'll do is that they will charge you a fee and then they'll tell you to buy from them, or either they recommend you buy from someone else. Yeah, it happens.
I see.
Why? Because Malaysians don't like to pay for fees.
Why don't they? They should implement it here.
Yeah, I think that's something that people are trying to work on. Now, maybe I'll ask you, do you prefer an agent or financial planner?
In this case, after you mentioned, I think I would prefer a financial planner. I would like having options. That's my personal preference. Okay.
Maybe you guys can tell us in the comments below.
The other day, I was listening to one of your podcasts, and as the good listener that I am, I paid attention. Okay. So one thing that you mentioned about insurance is you top up every year, regardless of how much your plan is or like how many plans you have, you always top up. And I just want to know, is that necessary for us fresh grads to top up as well? Because you said it's better to just top up to increase or strengthen your plan, essentially.
For me, I think it's highly recommended that every year you set aside a budget of extra 25 to 50 ringgit.
That's so little. Is that enough?
A month, yeah. 25 ringgit to 50 ringgit a month to see what you can add. So that's what I did. I started with a plan that is 150, 200 ringgit. Then every year I add 50 ringgit. So I say I got extra 50 ringgit, I want to top up. Then, and because I was an agent, so I know how to top up. So I knew that, okay, this year I want to increase my critical illness. So I max out my critical illness with that 50 ringgit extra. Then the next year I add another 100 ringgit because pay increase better already. Then I max out again my critical illness plan. Yeah. So when I did this over a period of time, ultimately, every step whenever I'm buying my insurance, my increment is cheaper than the last.
What do you mean?
So cheaper than the later. Yeah. So for example, let's say you buy 100,000 right now, you pay 100 ringgit a month. Let's say you buy 100,000 critical illness, you pay 100 ringgit a month. But you know your goal is you want to have 1 million. Why? Because you predict by the time I have kids in 30 years old, I would love to have 1 million. Because in the event of anything happen, take care of everything.
That's true.
Yeah. So every year when my pay increase, I will add another say 50 or 100 ringgit to increase the amount. Now, because I'm still young, so it's cheap. So maybe let's say by then I only end up paying say 700 ringgit a month for 1 million because I increase a little bit. Yeah, I'm just randomly throwing number. It's not true on this number.
Okay.
Yeah. But if let's say I left this 100 here and 30 years old, I say one shot, I want to increase by 900,000 to 1 million. They will charge this 900,000 at the price of 30 years old, which could be much more expensive. Let's say my total premium will be 1,000 ringgit. But because earlier, every time I increased by 100,000, my first 100,000 was at the age of 24, second 100,000 was at the age of 25, third 100,000 was at the price of 26.
So
it's cheaper. My only final 100,000, right, was at 30 years old price.
Oh.
Yeah, so because of that, my total amount that I pay today is cheaper than many of my friends are paying.
I see.
Yeah.
Wow, you had a 10-year plan.
Yeah, plan ahead lah.
That's so smart.
Yeah, cause like that then you save money ma.
Not only do you save money, but you strengthen your plan as well.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, and also you are the most healthy point.
That's true.
Yeah, that's my logic lah.
Wow, okay. Well, thank you so much for telling me. I can start now.
Yeah, please go back and check out your insurance first.
Yes.
Find out what you have.
Okay. So to most, it might be a stupid question, but it could be a question that most would want to know. I just want to know, what happens if you don't get any insurance? Is that okay? Like if I just decided, you know what, I don't have the budget for it. I don't want to spend money on this. Is it okay if I just don't buy?
I like to tell people this one thing last time when people tell me this is actually whether you buy insurance or not, you are insured.
What do you mean?
Yeah. The question is who's your company that's insuring you anymore? Whether it's an insurance company insuring you or either your father, mother or yourself.
Oh,
Yeah. So someone has to pay for the medical bill,
that's true.
whether you like it or not.
Okay.
You just have to decide who pay.
Who's responsible for it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have a choice actually.
You still have to pay.
You still have to pay. You're either
Okay.
going to decide an insurance company pay for it, your parents pay for it, you pay for it, the government pay for it, or you take a bank loan and pay for it.
Huh? You can take what? People take a bank loan to pay for their medical bills?
Okay, it's very hard to get a bank loan based on that lah. But by then maybe you go and take a personal loan lah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
People actually do that in America. People actually go broke because of medical.
I've seen.
Yes.
What?
The number one cause of bankruptcy in America is actually medical.
Why they don't just get insurance?
Insurance there is very expensive
Ah.
as well because of the exact thing that we talked about just now, lah,
I see.
right? Where all the parties are not cooperating. They know the insurance company is paying for it. Therefore, they charge as high as they can. And people who buy insurance also, since I pay for it, I should claim as much as I can. Yeah. And if insurance company try to scrutinize it, you are a bad insurance company.
Wow.
I don't like you. How would you like if, let's say, you hear a story that says that this insurance company scrutinize your bill, Kao?
Oh, I don't like that.
Correct, right? So this becomes it's very contradicting.
Yeah.
But if you go with that, then eventually it becomes so expensive, people can't afford an insurance.
It's a tough situation
That's
to be
right.
in.
And that is something that we are starting to get closer to in Malaysia.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I don't like that either.
Yes. And guess what? For America, even when you remove the agent commission, it is still not affordable sometimes.
No way.
Yes, it's that bad.
Hopefully it gets better for Malaysia.
Yep.
Hopefully I can afford.
Yeah, now you still can afford, so you better faster go for it.
Okay. Okay. So now that we're nearing the end of the episode, I've learned quite a lot about insurance and the basics and know-hows. What's one key takeaway that the audience should know from this entire episode from your end?
Okay. I think instead of stressing out about everything about insurance, I think you should sit down and just calculate how much do you need. Ask yourself those very simple questions. Yeah. Which is, what is the risk that you want to cover for? In the event of death, who is responsible? Who will get affected? If you have critical illness, who will get affected? So how much you want to cover for it? Yeah. Then same thing with medical. Once you figure that out, then you compare with your existing plan and you work out a way slowly to get there. Yeah, you don't need to get there immediately. You just need to work out a way within your budget to slowly get there. Then number 2, once you look at all this, explore for options.
Oh.
Today, there are options where you can buy from agents, buy from financial planner. There are also options where you can buy directly online. So explore for it.
Thank you so much, Peter. I feel like I've learned a lot from you about insurance. And now that I know a thing or two a bit more, the next step that I have for myself is probably sitting down and reviewing what plans I have with my parents.
Yeah,
'Cause
please do that.
I have no clue what I have. Okay, I just know I'm insured. That's all.
Yeah, now you'll go back and find out whether how much are you insured.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then from there on, I'll decide what do I need next, or what where else do I need to top up.
That's right. Yeah, take it one step at a time. You don't need the perfect and complete plan at the moment you are a fresh grad, but you need to know what you need so you can work towards it.
At least I have a plan.
That's right.
Okay. Thank you so much for watching this episode, and thank you so much for listening to it as well. Don't forget to follow both of our Instagram handles at Mr. Money TV as well as figuringit_out.pod. Also, if you have any questions or suggestions, do leave a comment down below. We'll try to tackle it in our next episode, and see you next week. Bye bye.
See you guys.
We're just figuring it out.